Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel where we learn together, take action together, and reflect together. My name is Tamira, and thank you so much for being here. This is episode 6 of the Memphis-Shelby County Schools Superintendent Evaluation Search Process series. In this series, I break down the district's process for evaluating Superintendent Feagin and offer insights into her performance so far. Today, we are discussing the evaluation competency of student achievement. On today's agenda, I'm going to explain what student achievement means and why it's crucial to our school district's success. Then, I'm going to guide you through the key criteria typically used to assess a superintendent's effectiveness in this area and how we can measure success. Finally, I'm going to talk about some of Dr. Feagin's actions as superintendent so far, and then we'll talk about those efforts and reflect on her progression in student achievement. And so if you want to deepen your understanding of the evaluation competency, student achievement, and the work Superintendent Feagin is doing in this area, then hop in the car and let's ride. Okay, so let me start off by saying it feels really strange talking about the evaluation process at this point for Superintendent Feagin, knowing that right now the Memphis-Shelby County Schools is considering whether or not to terminate her employment contract. At the time of this recording, January 21st, tonight, the board will decide if Dr. Feagin will remain as superintendent or if they will fire her and appoint an interim superintendent. I'm not going to go into details of how we got to termination. However, if you want to catch up on the resolution to terminate Superintendent Feagin, you can watch my video where I summarize the entire December 17th meeting and I provide each school board member's perspective. You can check that out for the complete breakdown. If you prefer detailed meeting notes, subscribe to my newsletter. The link is in the description box and you will get notes from both meetings, the one that they just had on January the 14th and the one that they had on December 17th. Remember to check your spam folder for a confirmation email. You'll have to double opt in, and then once you do that, you will receive my detailed notes as a downloadable PDF. Okay, so let's get into student achievement. Student achievement in a school district refers to the measurable academic progress and success of students in meeting educational goals. This encompasses their preparedness for college and career pathways, their performance on state accountability measures, and their ability to excel in rigorous and relevant instructional program. According to the evaluation tool, a superintendent strong in the area of student achievement reviews, reports, and reacts appropriately to state accountability measures, promotes academic rigor and excellence for students so that they are college and career ready, develops, implements, promotes, and monitors continuous improvement in student achievement, applies effective methods of providing, monitoring, evaluating, and reporting student achievement, maintains a current knowledge of developments in curriculum and instruction, and ensures that the instructional program is rigorous and relevant. So considering these specific criteria, how can we measure Dr. Feagin's success in student achievement? Criteria number 1, reviews, reports, and reacts appropriately to state accountability measures. To evaluate Dr. Feagin's effectiveness in managing state accountability measures, we should focus on key areas such as trends in standardized test scores, graduation rates, and subgroup performance, which reflect the district's progress under her leadership. Timeliness and accuracy in submitting reports to the state are critical indicators of her responsiveness and attention to detail. Evidence of strategic initiatives or adjustments made in response to accountability data demonstrates her proactive approach to addressing challenges. reviewing meeting minutes and documents that outline how accountability data has been analyzed and acted upon, along with her communication and presentations to the board and public, provides valuable insight into her transparency and effectiveness. And I think this comprehensive review ensures a fair and data-driven evaluation of her performance. Criteria number 2, promotes academic rigor and excellence for students so that they are college and career ready. To evaluate Dr. Feagin's success in promoting academic rigor and preparing students for the future, we can look at key indicators of college and career readiness, metrics like ACT, SAT scores, or advanced placement enrollment, and dual credit participation shows how well students are being prepared for higher education. Career readiness can be assessed through certifications earned and enrollment in career and technical education programs, which highlight efforts to equip students with workforce skills. Tracking year-over-year growth in the percentage of students meeting proficiency in core subjects provides a clear measure of academic progress. Additionally, reviewing the district's curriculum and instructional practices ensure that they align with college and career readiness goals. Gathering feedback from students, teachers, and parents offers valuable perspectives on the rigor and effectiveness of academic programs. Criteria number 3, develops, implements, promotes, and monitors continuous improvement in student achievement. To evaluate Dr. Feagin's ability to improve student achievement, we should review the creation and execution of strategic improvement plans, focusing on their timelines and the results they have delivered. Tracking growth in student performance metrics over time shows her success in driving progress. Her use of stakeholder input through surveys and focus groups demonstrates a commitment to refining strategies based on feedback. The evaluation should also include progress reports and updates shared with stakeholders, as well as adjustments made in response to performance data. Criteria number 4, applies effective methods of providing, monitoring, evaluating, and reporting student achievement. Dr. Feagin's effectiveness in tracking and communicating student achievement can be evaluated by assessing the frequency and quality of data sharing sessions with staff, board members, and the community. Tools like dashboards that present student achievement metrics in an accessible and transparent way are essential. Feedback from educators and administrators on the clarity and usefulness of this data provides further insight into its impact. The evaluation should focus on how data is collected, shared, and used to guide decision making, highlighting its role in identifying strengths and addressing areas for improvement. Criteria number 5, maintains a current knowledge of developments in curriculum and instruction and ensures that the instructional program is rigorous and relevant. To assess Dr. Feagin's expertise in curriculum and instruction, we can examine the frequency and quality of professional development opportunities offered to teachers, especially those aligned with current educational trends. Curriculum updates that integrate best practices and innovative teaching strategies demonstrate her commitment to adapting to evolving educational needs. Feedback from teachers and administrators on the relevance and rigor of the instructional program is crucial for understanding its impact. The evaluation should include a review of professional development agendas, participation data, and curriculum changes to ensure alignment with research-based practices. Surveys or interviews with educators can provide further insight into how these efforts enhance classroom success. So those are the key indicators for student achievement. Now let's discuss Superintendent Feagin's actions that can be used to measure performance in this area based on what I've gathered from school board meetings and reports. Superintendent Feagin has prioritized addressing chronic absenteeism by creating roles such as truancy specialists and attendance agents, Early family engagement efforts have been emphasized to identify and resolve attendance barriers. Programs like Come to Win and Hey Neighbor involve staff knocking on doors to encourage attendance. Commissioner Love asked if students have been coming to school due to the Hey Neighbor initiative, and the district stated that they had not been tracking that specific data, but that they would start. To improve academic performance, a literacy plan has been implemented focusing on daily reading, writing, and speaking in all classrooms. Literacy coaches and a parent toolkit have been introduced to support this initiative. The district is aligning the curriculum with state standards and improving consistency in implementation. Middle school transitions and high school graduation rates are being addressed by identifying drop-offs in student achievement and engagement. Initiatives such as Operation Graduation and adding graduation coaches in underperforming high schools aim to reduce the number of students off track for graduation. Melrose High School's reduction of its off-track students from 67 to just 2 in the spring of 2024 was shared as a success story at one of the board meetings. Teacher support initiatives include focusing on manageable lesson plans, reducing workloads, and providing professional development through back to basics sessions, virtual curriculum support, and school-based instructional coaches. Programs such as ACE, which stands for Achieving Campus Excellence, require principals to present campus goals and identify needed resources such as reading and math interventionists. Student engagement opportunities have been expanded through increased bus routes for after-school initiatives. However, at the November 12th committee meeting, Commissioner Coleman suggested looking into this initiative, stating that the $4 million spent is not worth it because students are not staying after school. The district implemented School Links, which is an online college and career readiness platform. Investments in tutoring and learning acceleration aim to support skill development and maintain instructional progress. Dr. Feagin has also focused on post-secondary preparation by expanding course offerings, increasing career and technical education opportunities, and adding industry certifications. So those are some of the initiatives the district has implemented under Dr. Feagin's leadership. I do not know explicitly yet how any of this is impacting student growth and achievement. I hope to be provided detailed updates on these initiatives at the upcoming school board meetings and the State of the District address. I do want to share the 3 priorities that the board and the superintendent agreed upon as the measures for performance that will be used to formally evaluate Dr. Feagin's in the spring. Priority number 1, improve academic growth, achievement, and literacy for all students. The metrics are for grades K through 12, decrease chronic absenteeism by 2 percentage points. For grades 3 through 8, reduce the percentage of students performing 3 or more grade levels below proficiency in reading and math by 4 percentage points as measured by iReady. For grades 9 through 12, increase the percentage of on-track students from 88.2% to 89%, which is a 0.8% improvement. Priority 2, recruit and retain the most effective district leaders and teachers. The metrics associated with this priority are decreased true teacher vacancies in instructional positions by 1% and reduce the percentage of unlicensed teachers by 2%. Priority number 3, prepare students for the global workforce. The metrics associated with this priority are increase career and technical education program offerings from 47 to 49, which means adding 2 additional programs. Boost dual enrollment participation by 2%. Complete the request for proposal process for 100% of Phase 1 projects. Present a comprehensive facilities plan to the board by April 2025. Expand the number of partnerships aligned with CCTE industry certifications. And this particular metric does not have a quantitative measure. And so I share these priorities because considering the priorities and metrics when measuring a superintendent's effectiveness is important and establishes transparency in how the superintendent's performance will be evaluated. We should be able to connect each of Dr. Feagin's programs and initiatives to one or more of these priorities and metrics. Regularly visiting them provides an opportunity to assess progress and identify areas for improvement. If you're curious about how she's doing in other areas, then watch the videos on governance and board relations or staff relations next. And that's all I have for now, y'all. I would love to hear your thoughts. How do you feel about Dr. Feagin's performance in business and finance? Thank y'all so much for riding with me today. Keep learning, keep taking action, and keep reflecting. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.